And welcome back. We have a returning guest today that we talked about before, his great service, Dr. Clayton Park, Natural Hearing Aid Center. And what's so nice about your service, welcome back by the way,
thank you,
is the fact that you actually come to someone's home and you can do everything that is necessary there to test their hearing and to fit them for a hearing device, whatever it might be. So let me ask you something. You've got that service, and I would think that is really a convenient way to go, and it's why somebody would choose you rather than getting in their car or finding someone to drive them to another place that fits people for hearing aids.
Well, Ken, first and foremost, I bring convenience. Most people like the idea of convenience, not just especially for the mobility challenged people.
Yeah.
Even the seniors who still drive wouldn't mind having this convenience from time to time, because they tell me the driving is getting tougher as they get older.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, with the convenience, one might expect the cost of the hearing aids and the services to be higher, but it's not true in my case, because you see, I have a home office, not a traditional brick and mortar office where you have this gigantic overhead.
Yeah.
So I pass on the savings by having the home office to the client on the hearing aids and as well as the services.
Yeah, that's certainly understandable. The overhead of a actual office somewhere can be quite tremendous, and you're saving on that. And I really understand that. I think it's an absolutely wonderful service, and someone might ask, well, you're coming out to my house. What about when you first test my hearing? Do you bring a soundproof booth, or how does that work, or is that even necessary?
You know, I wish I could bring a soundproof device, but it's not possible, as you can see. There is a organization called OSHA. It stands for the Occupational Safety and Health Administration.
Mm-hmm.
And they set a allowable ambient noise level for the hearing test,
mm-hmm.
which is 40 decibels. So during the hearing test, I have this mobile app on my cell phone that measures the sound pressure level
mm-hmm.
inside the room where I'm doing the hearing test. So I monitor the ambient noise level, make sure it's under 40 decibels. So whenever it goes above 40 decibels, I stop the hearing test until the noise level goes back down to below 40 decibels.
Mm-hmm.
Then I resume the test.
So you have a way of measuring it.
Yes, so this test, I've compared some of my clients' hearing tests that I've done against their formal previous hearing tests done in a soundproof room, and the results were either almost identical, or the difference were very negligible.
Mm-hmm. And is there an advantage to actually fitting somebody with a hearing device that's where they live? It's the area they're going to be at. They're not going to be, if you had an office, they're not going to be living at your office.
Right, definitely. Most customers complain that they hear fine from the office,
mm-hmm.
but as soon as they leave the office and go back to their daily living environments, they have problem with the noise,
mm-hmm.
and they don't understand the speech as well as they wanted to or could
mm-hmm.
have. So by having to go out to the client's actual listening situations, I bring all my equipment with me, and the best thing about the adjusting the fitting where they live is I get an instant feedback from the client.
Mm-hmm.
So during the process of fitting adjustment, I ask the client, is this better? Is it still the same? Is this worse? And they tell me right away, oh, it's about the same. I
mm-hmm.
cannot tell the difference. If it's better, they tell you, oh, it's better. Whatever you did, it's better.
Yeah.
So I keep the setting at that point, and we go back and forth like this until we get it as good as it can be.
Mm-hmm. Once you do that, you get the setting. Do you ever have clients, since they're in their house, say, you know what, let's turn on the TV. Let's hear the bell on my microwave, just so, you know, they couldn't hear that before. Those are important things.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
are you're able to go, yeah, let's put on
Yes.
the TV, let's do this, let's call you on the phone and make sure you can hear this.
Absolutely. We try to manipulate the environment,
Yeah.
sounds as much as we can, and continue to do the fitting based on that. And sometimes I even ask the clients to step outside the home,
Yeah.
and we test against the wind, traffic noise, just ambient noise all over the place. So it is, I believe, it is more effective than getting your hearing aids adjusted inside an office.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, in a quiet office, I don't know if it's possible to replicate the actual client's listening situations.
Right, because they're all
They,
different.
they could try, but
Yeah.
probably not as effective when it comes to fitting adjustment.
I could see where that would be a tremendous advantage. And I think there are a lot of people that I'm sure you come across, we all lose some level of hearing, mainly frequencies as we get older. And a lot of people may not hear certain, they may be able to, like we're talking here, hear fine, but there's certain things in their everyday life they may not be able to hear. And quite often it's just the ambient noise that's going on in their home. It might be the sound of the air conditioning or whatever it is, but it sort of cuts out everything else. And this is a way you can set things up how they live every day and ask them, can you hear the things you need to hear now?
Absolutely. One of the problem with the noise is for the hearing aid wearers is noise. As we lose hearing, we lose another thing, and it's called the ability to oppress the noise. Now, when you and I have normal hearing, our ears are designed to oppress the noise around us and be able to concentrate on the person's words. But for a person with a hearing loss, especially moderate to severe or even profound, they lose that ability as well, ability to oppress the noise. So if they are wearing hearing aids that are not as beneficial to them for their lifestyle, the hearing aids are not able to replace that ability to oppress the noise. That's when the patients will get into trouble. Will complain that my hearing aids generate too much noise. But it's not the hearing aids problem, it's the ambient noise level that's coming into the hearing aids, and the hearing aids are not able to oppress the noise that's coming in. So it is very important that the hearing aids are fitted according to the patient's lifestyle.
Does hearing loss, especially severe hearing loss, have any effect on just the person's everyday life, on memory loss and dementia and things like that?
Absolutely. I think that it's scientifically proven that the hearing loss actually contributes to the onset of the hearing loss disorder, such as dementia and Alzheimer's disease, faster. And the reason being is, the brain cells that are responsible for interpreting the sound, they sort of become dormant, become inactive once they stop hearing the sound that they used to hear. And I think that kind of contributes to the disorder much faster than a normal state.
Yeah, that would make sense. I could certainly understand that. It's your brain, parts of your brain are not being used to the full effectiveness, and you kind of shut down.
Absolutely.
You become trapped in your own world, in a sense. When someone wants to set up an appointment with you, they give you, obviously they're going to give you a call and talk to you a little bit, and then you come out to their home for that initial test, the hearing test, and to get to know them.
Yes. I bring all my equipment with me on the first visit. First visit is free. I give client a free hearing test, free consultation. If the client's already wearing hearing aids, I could do the inspections on them, clean them for them, and if there's any repairs to do, and if it's doable, I will do that for them. And if I could adjust the hearing aids, I will do that for them too. But it's not doable all the time because I only carry so much equipment with me, and the ones that I carry are what I am affiliated with in terms of manufacturers. So if the client's hearing aids are from the manufacturer that I'm not affiliated with, I won't be able to do the hearing aid adjustments, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
And
But other
then,
than that, I should be able to help the client out.
and then from that point, that is when you discuss the different hearing aid options, and then you would go
Absolutely.
back and order something that
Yes.
fits their needs. How long does that process usually take?
Usually less than a week.
Okay.
Also, depending on the the financial situation of the client, so there may be some financial processes that we need to take
Okay.
before ordering the hearing aids. But usually, everything is kind of done seamlessly. And of course, the seconds once I get the hearing aids are ordered, and once I get them back from the manufacturer, I set them up according to the client's hearing loss. I bring them out to the client's site, put them on the clients, and then we'll go through the whole process of fitting and post-fitting adjustments.
Okay, very good. So it makes it very convenient. Now, you mentioned the financial part. Are certain insurance cover parts of this? Medicare, things like that?
As far as I understand, Medicare doesn't cover anything for the hearing aids. If they do have a supplemental insurance,
Okay.
some do, some don't. Most HMOs don't. Some PPOs do. Unfortunately, they don't cover a whole lot.
Yeah.
I don't handle Medi-Cal, but I do have some financing options for people who like to spread their payments over
Okay.
a certain period of time. Not everybody wants to pay the whole thing at once up
Right.
front. So there are viable options, different options for paying for the hearing aids.
All right, very good. Well, if you want to get in touch with Dr. Park, his number is 949-285-4371, and there's a website you can see there, nhactr.com. I'm not going to give you an address because he comes to you, and the first thing is give him a call, and as he said, his first visit coming out just to check your hearing and talk a little bit is free. I think you have a great service, the fact that you come out to someone's home and take care of them right from there. A real convenient service, definitely.
Yes, I hope people get the idea. It is a relatively a new business model that I'm trying out here, and a lot of people out there aren't familiar with this type of service, especially for the hearing aids. But I hope there are some mobility challenged people out there that will see my commercial and they say, "Hey, that guy sounds pretty genuine and likable." And hopefully give me a call for my services.
Yeah,
I would really
definitely.
appreciate that.
I think it's a fantastic service. I think a lot of people could utilize it, definitely. Nice to see you again.
Same here, Ken.
And once again, Dr. Park's number is on the screen, Natural Hearing Aid Center, 285-4371. We'll be back.
If you have mobility issues or just don't want the hassles of traveling, Natural Hearing Aid Center can help. We are a fully mobile hearing aid dispensing office that comes to your natural hearing environment, your home. Being tested and fitted at home makes more sense. After all, that's where you use your hearing aids most of the time. We offer a free hearing test consultation, hearing aid maintenance, free batteries on our first visit. All done in the comfort of your own home. Please call us today.